Hi, is that you, Ria?
Yeah, and Mum, you're on speaker. Mum's
Oh,
driving.
hi, Mum. Hello.
You alright?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I just needed a quick favour.
What?
We're recording the podcast, and we usually do like a fun intro. So I just wanted Mum to introduce the podcast. But if you wanted to, Ria, you could.
Oh my god, he wants you to introduce the podcast. What does he want me to say? What do I have to say?
Can
we say it together?
Yeah, I guess you could just say hello and welcome to the Simon and Alex show.
Hi, and welcome to the Simon and Alex show. Like that?
Well, if we could get Mum saying it, but a bit less enthusiastic, that would be
Why
amazing.
do you want Mum? Do you want me to try? What's wrong with me?
Yeah, no, Mum can try.
Alright, okay, go on then, Mum. Hi, and welcome to the Simon and Alex show.
And if you could just make a quick little joke about Simon, that would be amazing.
No! Make a quick joke about Simon. I'm not making a quick joke about Simon. Why don't I introduce the Alex and Simon show?
Oh, I'm sure you'd like that.
Joke about Simon, wouldn't it? Simon, my mum wouldn't do a joke about you, but what she did was she just swapped you so you were second best.
There we go, Alex and Simon show.
You're listening to the Simon and Alex Show podcast.
One day you'll let me just give us a normal intro to the episode.
Well, this one's quite good.
Oh god. I would like to apologise in advance because I am currently dealing with a wisdom tooth right now and I am on a large amount of painkillers to prevent that. So if I'm slower than usual, now you know.
So that means I have to pick up the slack a little bit here.
Yeah, of course.
I'm quite glad that this week's the week for that to happen. Because last night, me and Ben set out with a goal in mind.
Oh dear.
We set out to try and find a way to get you to legally and unknowingly change your name from Simon John Joseph Lake to Simon Simon Simon. Now,
right.
We printed off the document to send off to Deed Poll.
Oh my god.
We filled it in. You can see there. It's got all the stuff on. Simon, your address, everything's filled out. You would just need to sign it. I've signed as a witness. We would get Ben to sign as another witness. And what we were going to do is we were going to get you to sign that when you were really drunk. And you wouldn't have agreed to sign that. But we thought that maybe if we printed off 3 identical documents with us changing our names, so me, Alex, Ben to Ben, and Jake to Jake, and we all signed them, then you would probably sign along with us. Because it would be funny. And on its own, that cannot be used to change your name legally. So the document that I have there can't be used to change your name legally. If we did it as a group project, then we would definitely have 2 witnesses to it to sign and countersign.
Okay.
Because that on its own isn't legally binding, there's another form that needs to be filled in by somebody who's known you for 10 years or more. Now, I obviously contacted your sister.
Of course,
she would be happy to sign, but she informed me that she chose one of your middle names.
That is correct.
And the other one's very, very special to you. So
you're not going to find someone I've known for 10 years that is willing to sign this.
That's what the problem was. So Kat was out of the picture. So I thought maybe your mum or your dad. Your dad still hasn't accepted my friend request on Facebook. But after doing a bit more research, the person isn't allowed to be related to you.
Right.
So I thought maybe your friend Alex, who you know, who goes to Newcastle Uni, has a radio show, the guy who you keep threatening to replace me with for the Simon and Alex show.
Yeah.
So I got in touch with him, and sadly, although I think he's known you for 10 years.
He hasn't.
Okay, well then he hasn't known you for 10 years, so he got me in touch with a Joe.
Oh no. Yeah.
So he's known you since primary school.
Oh god.
That was all good. He was all for it. But on further inspection, a bit more research was done. The person has to be a UK homeowner too.
Right.
Threw a spanner in the works because the cheapest property in the UK, I'm not willing to purchase to gift to Joe so that he can sign to change your name to Simon Simon Simon. That kind of
There's a lot of effort you put into this.
Yeah. Joe said that his dad would probably happily sign, and he's a lawyer, so it would all be legit. But I kind of wanted to go a different route. So I went on to Google, created your Gmail account is... So
Yeah, my private one, my business one.
So I created the Gmail account at gmail.com because that's pretty close. And anybody who receives that email is probably going to think that it's actually you. So I was ready to email Mr. from your primary school, a teacher who's known you for more than 10 years and is a UK homeowner, saying that
Oh my
you were
God.
at uni writing a dissertation on how people perceive different people according to what their name is, and as a social experiment and a protest, you were going to change your name to see how these people would react.
Please say you've not got in touch with my primary school teacher.
Simon. The email's drafted and ready to send, but the other problem is that you would need to sign under oath. So we need a solicitor or like somebody who, like a notary, to witness the signature. And obviously, if we were trying to get you drunk to sign it, then we wouldn't be able to do that legally because you can't sign legally binding documents whilst drunk.
Yeah.
Which was a problem. I did look, and even though I'm a reverend, there's no way for me to do it under oath. It has to be someone who's trained in law. Now, I know Joe's dad's a lawyer, but I don't think he's going to risk his career to get your name changed to Simon.
Okay.
There was a way to do it, but it would be a more Nathan for you approach, where if I secretly married you without your knowledge, then
I don't think you can do that, Alex.
No, like you would agree to it, but it would be easily nullified. But if I secretly married you and then got you diagnosed as clinically insane, then you wouldn't be able to make your own decisions in the eye of the law. So your spouse would be the closest person to you who would make the decisions for you. So I could sign under a solicitor to change your name to Simon. I was genuinely all for that, doing like a secret wedding that you wouldn't know anything about. It wouldn't be able to be nullified, though. That was the problem. Because as soon as the wedding would be nullified, we wouldn't have ever been married. So that document to change your name wouldn't be binding. Because we had never been married, so I could never have signed on your behalf. So I would have had to have told you that we were married. Now, on telling you that we were married, you would obviously instantly want a divorce. I would have been fine with that. Honestly, I'll prepare for it. But the one thing that stopped me from genuinely going through with this plan was when I told you that you were married to me. In the eyes of the law, you would have stake to half of everything I own, and you would sue me so hard.
You better believe I absolutely would.
So everything, like, I have the documents here. Simon can testify that.
Yeah, that is an actual document. Oh no.
And the only thing that stopped me was the fact that I don't want to share anything I own with you. But me and Ben were sat there last night. We did hours of research to try and figure out how to get this to work legally and properly.
Alex, have I ever told you you have far too much time on your hands?
You've told me that before.
Yeah. There's a few problems with your plan.
Yeah.
I don't think Joe's dad would have gone through with it.
That's why I needed Mr. from your primary school.
I do not think my primary school teacher that I knew for only 1 year...
Yeah, but he's known you for more than 10 years.
I don't think so. I don't think he'd remember me. I don't think he would have gone through with it. And if your plan was to get me drunk and to sign all 3 forms, right?
No, you would only have to sign the 1 form.
Yeah, but you were trying to trick me by telling me that I was going to sign one of your forms.
That we would sign our own forms, yeah.
Yeah. I would not have done that anyway. I would not have indulged you in your stupid request, even if it doesn't affect me at all.
It would have been something. We thought about that, and we thought probably the best person to propose it would be either Jake, Ben, or a pretty girl, because you would just crumble then.
Of course.
So yeah. That was just. Can you just appreciate the planning and the effort that went into that?
No, I can recognise there's a lot of effort that's gone in here.
Way. Like, apart from me studying law for 3 years, there's no other way to do it without you knowing about it.
I recognise the effort that's gone into it, and that's respectable, but I think that effort could be better used on, I don't know, maybe your degree, a job,
if you want to
other ventures, anything useful.
Then £36 can legally change your name. We would have told you, because to legally change your name, you have to post it in the London Gazette paper. So the way you would have found out is we would have given you a copy of the London Gazette with your name change in it.
Right, okay.
But if you want to do it without me doing all the hassle, then I'll happily pay the £36.
I'm not changing my name to Simon Lake.
No Lake.
Oh, no Lake.
Yeah, Simon.
I lose one of my middle names. It's just Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No, because my thought was to get you to sign it, but have you believe that there was no way that I could find someone who's known you for more than 10 years
right,
who would be willing to sign.
Yeah, here's the thing. I know my friends and I do not trust them. So I would have fully believed that they would help you with this.
Yeah, no, they were messaging, like, I messaged your friend Alex and Joe, and they were saying that they were messaging, like, as many people as they knew who could possibly help out.
I think there's maybe only, like, a small handful of people who I still know that I've known for, like, 10 years.
No, you don't have to have known them for the whole 10 year. They just have to have known you over 10 years ago.
Anyway, so say Jake or Ben asked me to do this.
Yeah.
I would immediately think that you put them up to this because I fully believe that they would help you out with this. That wouldn't work.
Like, I've always known before we agreed to live with them that Ben was cool, but I didn't realise how cool he was until he's been trying to help me do all this stuff.
Right. So your final plan to use a pretty girl to ask me to sign something.
Yeah, or a really pretty boy.
Okay, fair. I would not trust any pretty girl coming out of the blue asking me anything. I would immediately think something's up because that's far too out of the ordinary, Alex.
Well, then we'd ask a moderately average and mild girl.
No. It doesn't have anything to do with attractiveness here. A girl approaching me and asking me to sign something is a red flag if I've ever seen one. So yeah, thank you for not going forward with this.
The Simon and Alex show.
Oh, God.
I was so annoyed. Like, I tried every way to get that done, but alas, it's not possible. It's annoying how hard it is to change someone else's name legally without them knowing.
I would have one hell of a lawsuit ready for you at the end of this.
Why though? It would all be done legally, as far as I know.
I don't think it's...
If anyone listening can point out any flaws in the
I do not think a judge is going to take your side in this.
Name, the whole getting married to you thing, maybe. But everything before that...
There is no judge in this country that will take your side on you tricking me into changing my name.
Done legally. All the documents would have been signed by people who were legitimately in that position. Like, I looked for houses that were cheap, so I could buy one and give it to your friend, Joe.
Oh, God.
But there was nothing under 30k.
Well, I mean, let's be glad that this has not come to fruition, and I'll leave you to wonder if I'm ever going to decide, you know what, you went through all this effort for me, I should probably try something similar for you. Otherwise, it's just not fair. It shouldn't be a one-sided thing here, Alex.
Oh, no, I have considered changing my name to Simon Lake.
I mean, yeah, you can legally do that.
Well, you know how we had this brilliant idea to have a party that's a Simon Lake party where everyone dresses up as Simon Lake.
Yeah, terrible idea. Absolutely terrible idea that I'm absolutely not on board
Everyone would be dressed up as you. Then I would come out of my bedroom dressed up as me. And you would be like, oh, Alex, why aren't you dressed up as me? And I'd be like, I'm dressed up as Simon Lake. And I'd pull my passport and driving license out. And it would have my photo. And it would say Simon John Joseph Lake on it.
You really need like a hobby or something.
But that would have been fine. But to pay for it to get changed back, like if it was £36 to temporarily change my name,
yeah,
I'd be fine.
I'll be honest,
that,
I'm not sure the government lets you do these sort of things as a joke.
I'm paying for it.
Yeah, I know, but you're wasting government time, really, if you're just going to change it back.
Yeah, but if I'm paying for it, then I'm funding government expenses.
I don't think they're exactly going to see it like that.
Well, if they have a complaint, then it would be in your name, so...
Right, okay.
An alternative was also to change my name legally as Simon John Joseph Lake. Then find a way to get your parents to kind of adopt me or let me permanently live at their house so that we would have the same address and the same name.
Right.
But the birth thing, like, you would need to put your date of birth in, and those are the only two differences then.
I don't know, maybe you should learn an instrument. Like, actually learn an instrument. I think it's a better use of your time.
Actually learn an instrument?
Yeah.
I've been slow and steady with the banjo.
Okay, slow and steady with the banjo. What's the violin doing nowadays?
I've never touched the violin.
Yeah, okay. So why did you buy the violin?
Because at the time, well, I was scrolling through Facebook and I watched a video of a guy proposing to his fiancée or his girlfriend.
Right.
You propose to a girlfriend and then they become a fiancée.
That's correct.
Bingo. So he was proposing to his girlfriend by playing the violin, and a few tears were shed. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I really want a violin now. So I bought the violin, but by the time it got delivered, I'd lost interest in playing the violin.
Okay.
Which is why. Do you remember when I bought the banjo?
Yes.
I gave you like a night's notice. I messaged you at 11 o'clock at night saying I want to buy a banjo, and we had to wake up at 8 o'clock the next day to go and get it.
Okay.
Because I knew if I left it any longer than that, I'd just lose all interest in playing the banjo.
If you lose interest after less than a day, then you're not actually interested in it.
Yeah, but I bought it, and then I played it, and I'm still interested in playing it, so...
Okay. Have you played much piano recently either?
I haven't.
No? Okay, that's another instrument in the house. Going back to your violin proposal idea, there's a few other things you need for that to work.
Yeah, no, I didn't buy the violin so that I could propose to someone. I bought it so I could learn it, because it just looked cool.
Okay, it's a cool thing.
Watching the proposal video put the idea of getting a violin into my head.
Okay. Alright, this week, do you remember what film it is, Alex?
Jumanji.
It's not Jumanji. I'll put that on there at some point. But no, not the remake.
Okay.
Because you've seen and enjoyed the remake.
Dwayne The Rock.
Of course
I've seen and enjoyed pretty much all of his films.
Yeah, he's really good in Parasite.
No, I'm not gonna try and defend my stupidity on that one.
It's very hard for you to defend your stupidity just in general, really.
Okay, come on.
Right, okay, we're watching Escape from New York. Hello and welcome back. I'm getting the silent treatment from Alex right now, and I think I might have an idea why. Didn't enjoy the film this week, Alex?
How many weeks are we in?
This is episode 18.
This is the last Discord one.
Yes.
It was fun at the start, but I'm just sick of Discord right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to you coming back. Never thought I'd say it, but I am.
Well, Alex, you're avoiding the topic.
Sorry. Yeah, Escape from New York.
What do you think of it, Alex?
Same as last week, I watched it with Ben.
Yes.
We did struggle to keep along with it, but...
Okay.
Throughout the film...
Were you properly watching the film, or were you just, in and out of the room?
properly engaged in the film.
Okay,
because we came to the decision that the film has all of the makings of a stereotypical 70s porno.
Okay.
Okay, so the main guy called it Snake Plissken.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's called Snake.
Okay.
And he's got like the long mullet kind of hair.
Mm-hmm.
He makes a joke about playing with himself when he's going to crash into the Twin Towers.
Yeah, that scene didn't really age too well, did it?
You couldn't have predicted it, though.
No. There is actually a video game, Deus Ex, that came out in the 90s. That's set in New York, but they didn't have the World Trade Center in the skyline. And it's set in the future for New York. They didn't include it because the console wasn't strong enough to render it, apparently. So that's why it's not on the skyline.
Yeah. Sounds a bit suspicious to me. Don't want to jump to conclusions, but...
Right, let's go back to your porno theory.
Yeah. He's got a best friend called Brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was some more that I just can't really remember. Well, he had the big snake tattoo coming out of his trousers, which...
Yeah.
That was definitely a euphemism for his...
It was not coming out of his trousers, by the way. It was just on his chest.
No, it was coming out of his
I don't know where you were looking, Alex, but it was not coming out of his trousers.
No, the base of the snake was in his trousers.
It was not.
Simon, Google it, please.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now. Do you know when he's in the arena?
Yes.
And he's fighting that big guy?
Yeah.
We were reading the credits. And then we were laughing. We were being like, oh, okay, one of the guys is called Bum. And we were laughing at Bum. And then about 2 names after, there was someone called Slag.
Okay. Are these character names or actor names?
These are character names.
Okay.
There's a character called Slag. And we were laughing because we were like, oh, this film has had the makings of a 70s porno.
Yeah.
Like, who's Slag? And we Googled it, and it's a big guy that he beats up in the arena.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The woman who worked in Chock full of Nuts.
Okay.
Yeah, Chock full of Nuts lady.
Okay, Alex, I found the tattoo.
And you're going to apologise?
Yeah, I am going to apologise. You're right.
Thank you. Yeah, it comes out of his
it doesn't... The tattoo itself doesn't actually go down that low. It's because the trousers are so high up.
Okay.
Like they're halfway up his waist. But
it definitely comes out of
his trousers. Does come out of his trousers.
So yeah, if you want to watch a 70s porno, watch Escape from New York. It's definitely not a major theme, but it's an underlying one.
Yeah. I kind of saw it as a film. It's not taking itself entirely too seriously.
Yeah, I'd usually take your word for it, but it kind of seems like you're running out of good films. There's no way that's a good film for you.
The reason why I picked this film, Alex, is because I know this is not a good film, but it's a bad film that I like. So this is sort of what it's like for me, listening to you talk about films. Like, not particularly great films that you like, but you view them highly.
Yeah.
That's the same for me with this film. I think it's just...
You don't think it's good?
Objectively, it's not good, but I still love it.
Okay.
It's just over to the top, trying to be cool. I mean, the main character's called Snake, and he wears an eye patch. Like, you can't take that kind of thing seriously.
I'll accept that. I'll accept it with a grain of salt, but... I'll accept that.
I do actually love the ending, though.
Oh, with the tape recorder?
Yeah, where he spends the entire 22 hours trying to get that tape, and then... Once he finally gets it, he just rips it up.
That tape's the only thing that stops the world from going in a nuclear war, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Snake Plissken's one of them.
This is a grizzled military veteran, Alex. This is a Snake Plissken. I heard he died.
Wow, well, yeah.
I love how everyone has heard of him. Absolutely everyone's heard of him and thought he was dead. It's so stupid. Now, I know I say this about a lot of movies, Alex, but I also really like the soundtrack to this one. Like the sort of synthy...
Did it have a soundtrack? We were sat there watching it, and every time there was an action scene, there was no music going on.
Yeah.
It felt like even if there is a soundtrack, it wasn't in the right places.
No, I feel it was...
necessarily cheerful
It's not over the
like,
top.
Intense times, and no music when there should be music. Like, really dramatic scenes where there's just no music going on whatsoever.
I think scenes can be made more dramatic by not having music.
I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Really? It makes it more... If you've got action scenes without music, it makes it feel a bit more grounded, more real, because there's no music playing in, like, real life.
Yeah, but when something's happening, you can kind of get away. If the action scene, someone's running through, like, the woods, and they're breathing heavily, and, like, the camera's shaky and looking everywhere, then you can get away with no music, because that in itself is kind of suspenseful. But the film that you made me watch, it was like ridiculous sci-fi, people just doing ridiculous things, like people getting shot at, and there's no background music at all.
Yeah.
But the gunshots aren't like actual gunshots, it's like Star Wars blaster pistols, pew, pew, pew kind of thing.
Of course, it's the future of 1997, Alex.
Of course. How could I be so blind and forget that in the future of 1997, people were still using mobile phones that were the size of their forearm?
Yeah.
But had blaster pistols that shot lasers, yeah.
I've talked about this before, but I love, like, retro futurism. Like, all
we talked about
exactly.
It
like, the black screens with, like, the coloured lines on it.
It was the car phones and CRT TVs we talked about last time.
Yeah.
How they couldn't predict the advance in tech, which, credit to them, like, no one could have probably predicted that.
Exactly, yeah.
I was watching something about, like, Star Trek or something where they had an automatic door that slid open.
Yeah.
And that was like really futuristic. And all it was just two people pulling the door open from behind the scenes. It wasn't actually an electric door.
We can hire people to do that at the house.
Over the last few months, kind of realised if you leave windows open at the front of the house and the back of the house, the doors just open and shut themselves whenever they want. So
well, fair enough.
If you time it right.
Yeah.
I am currently, if you're listening to this on release, on my way back from Scotland. right now.
Yeah, lovely. That must be nice for you. How busy have I been, Alex? While you've been sauntering off to Scotland and the Lake District?
Yeah, but you've been doing stuff that you volunteered to do.
And also things for the show, Alex.
Yeah, I'll happily edit. You know I'll edit. I've edited before.
No. I seem to recall that there was a little written thing we had to do for the show that you said you'd do the first draft for.
No, we were...
An 800-word draft.
Happened. We had to write an 800-word draft for a competition that we were going to submit into.
Yes.
The 800-word draft had to be about the show, how we started the show, where we are now, where we plan to go in the future.
Yeah.
Simon didn't like what I'd written. It's not that I hadn't written anything, because I had written stuff.
You wrote 500 words, and I would say nearly all of it was unusable.
No.
For one, you called me a Make-A-Wish kid in our essay.
Yeah.
We absolutely cannot use that.
Yeah, but we want to win, don't we?
Nah.
We don't stand a chance with this, but if they think you're a Make-A-Wish child, it doesn't have long life.
We stand even less of a chance if we're being dishonest, openly dishonest, for something that's so easily checkable.
We could...
Are you going to say you're going to give me a life-threatening illness?
Child. I'm just saying, eggs are pretty fatal to you.
I don't think I'd have time to be a Make-A-Wish kid. Also, I'm 20 years old.
Yeah, but you've got the body of a 7-year-old.
Sure. I don't know.
Shave your mustache.
Coming from someone who's 5'10", I don't really have to listen to you anymore, Alex.
Well, you still have to look up to me, 5'7".
Yeah.
I may be in the 5 foot club, but I think I'm average age for men. For a man.
Average age for men? Alex, what's age?
Slapping on a bit.
What is age?
Like how old you are?
Yes. What did you say just then?
Did I say average age for a man?
Yes, you did.
Sorry. Average height for a man.
Okay.
I'm so tired, Simon.
You're right, you're average height.
Yeah?
Yeah, well done.
Thank you. Which means you're below average.
Oh, I knew that.
So, you can't tell me off for being small, because I'm
No,
average.
but I don't have to take being told off for being small from you.
No, but I'm taller than you.
I don't care.
Okay. That's not a very can-do attitude, is it?
Neither's having a go at someone for something out of their control, Alex.
You can control your height.
You cannot control your height.
There's got to be a way.
There's not.
People were stretched. Like in
That,
the old days.
I suppose, but that's also going to mess up your spine for life.
If you eat food still.
It's too late for that. Maybe if you're going through puberty and it depends on your diet, then that might affect your height. But when you're 20 years old like me, there's nothing you can eat that's going to make you taller.
Scurvy. Scurvy makes your bones bend. Is it? Rickets. No, it's rickets.
Right.
Scurvy is what sailors got. Rickets is what little kids in industrial factories in the early 1900s got.
What's your argument here?
That if you had rickets, you would be
I don't have rickets.
Yeah. Do you know that?
I'm almost certain I don't have rickets. I would have felt that, given I actually go to the doctor sometimes, Alex, unlike yourself, I feel that might have been mentioned at some point.
Right. I may not have been at the doctor.
Right.
But I'm healthy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Most people don't bleed from the nose when they have medicine, Alex.
Yeah, but most people don't get punched in the nose.
You are deflecting from the point that you shouldn't be bleeding from the nose when you just have medicine, regardless of being punched in the nose. I've accepted I did that. That was a completely separate event.
Okay.
Right.
Well, it started when I drank the Calpol.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm too healthy.
No, that's not how that works at all.
No, but I drank like 500 ml of Calpol in one sitting.
That's not good for you.
Nosebleeds. And since then, whenever I take medicine, I get nosebleeds. I don't know. I'm not saying that's correlation to causation, but
I would say in this case it probably is.
Trace it back to.
You've definitely done something with the way your body reacts to medicine.
Yeah.
And
I haven't taken medicine since, and I'm probably healthier than you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, half of mine's genetics. I have the worst immune system known to man.
You should eat dirt.
What?
My friend Nathaniel, he's like an like OCD, neat, clean freak. Always has hand sanitizer, and pretty much always ill. Because whenever the germs get to him, it's so much worse. And he went to the doctor's once, and the doctor was like, "Oh, like the best thing that you can do right now is go outside, pick up some dirt." And eat
You are
it."
lying.
I'm not.
This is... I try not to swear on the show because I have to censor it out later. But that is absolute bull. There is no way a medical professional is going to tell anybody to go outside and eat dirt.
Right, 2 seconds, 2 seconds.
Hello?
Hi, Joe.
Hello?
Well, you're on the podcast.
Cool.
We were just talking about how Simon's immune system is really bad. And I said that he should go outside and eat some dirt.
Right.
Isn't that what the doctor said for Nathaniel to do?
What?
No, do you not... I'm sure... No,
Alex.
No, if I have to get Nathaniel in this call...
Oh my god.
Are you just going to get our entire sixth form in the call?
Well, I'm sure the doctor said to Nathaniel that he needed to eat some dirt.
There is no way any kind of medical professional will tell someone to eat dirt.
I thought I'd
To
called...
be fair, I imagine that anyone would tell Nathaniel to eat dirt if pushed far enough.
Because Nathaniel came in and said that the doctor had told him that he needed to go outside and eat some
I
dirt.
have no memory of this.
Alex, I think you've made this up.
That would not surprise me.
No, don't paint me like this. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? It's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Right, Nathaniel.
Yeah.
We were talking about the time you went to the doctor's and he told you to eat he told you to eat dirt.
Which one? Which time?
Alex.
No.
Alex, this did not happen.
He told when you went to the doctor's and he told you that you needed to eat some dirt.
This is the sort of thing someone would remember, Alex. There is no way this has happened. You have made this up.
Alex, are you mixing this up with... Are you replacing germs with dirt? You told me I needed to, actually make sure I was having contact with germs, because he said I had a weak immune system, because I wasn't. He didn't say I needed to eat dirt, though.
I thought he said you needed to eat some dirt.
Oh my god. You are an idiot.
Close enough.
A teaspoon of dirt a day, that'll keep the bugs away.
Alright, does that answer your question, Alex?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, lovely. So what we discovered is you're full of shit.
No,
Yes.
I misremembered something.
Misremembered in a pretty major way,
No,
and
the
he was
doctor told
so
him- the doctor
adamant
told him-
that you were right.
The doctor told him to eat germs.
He did not tell him to eat germs. He said maybe being exposed to more germs would help build up an immune system, which is fine. He's not telling him to go out and go catch something.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that when we heard that, we made a joke about him eating dirt. Whether or not anyone
Right,
remembered the
okay.
joke.
A joke from, I don't know, maybe, 3 or 4 years ago, I'm guessing?
Okay, fine. A medical professional did not tell my friend to eat dirt. Are you happy?
Good, okay. I'm very happy.
Okay.
I'm glad we had to bother 2 people to get this answer. Anyway, I think, after listening back to some episodes, and just with a general sense of what kind of things you like to watch, I'm starting to get a picture in my head of the kind of movies you enjoy.
Okay.
I think you only really watch what I would describe as comfort movies. Like, it's an easy watching thing. Like, not necessarily bad, not necessarily good either. Just something easy to watch.
Isn't that just most movies?
Not necessarily. I certainly don't think Blade Runner is an easy watch, but I still love it. I would say things like The Nice Guys is a perfect example of this. Nice Guys is an easy watch. Yeah, exactly. You like the animated Spider-Man. I would say that is also an easy watch.
Okay. So you picked 2 films that I like.
I can think of more if you want. I would say pretty much every Disney and Pixar movie.
Yeah, they're intended to be easy watches, so.
Exactly, yeah. But that's my point. It's still fitting this pattern. You did like Back to the Future. That was the first film on the podcast that you ended up liking. Oh, sorry, on the show that you ended up liking. What We Do in the Shadows, Kingsman.
Remember liking Back to the Future, but okay.
It was the first one you enjoyed for the show.
For the show. That doesn't mean I enjoyed it. It just means that compared to the other stuff you'd got me to watch, it was the lesser of 2 evils.
Yeah, I mean, such rubbish films as Goodfellas.
Did not like Goodfellas.
Yeah, I would say Goodfellas is not an easy watch. This is definitely a pattern I'm noticing.
Well, and equally, the reverse could be said for you. That you only like to watch films that you think are difficult to watch, so that you can see.
I wouldn't say difficult to watch.
Talking about films to people.
I don't care about sounding clever when talking about films. It's just pit up against you.
So you're saying my opinions are wrong or invalid or lesser
No,
than yours?
I'm not saying they're wrong or invalid.
So
I mean, that's part of the point of this episode, because I know this film that I love is bad.
Yeah, just by saying that I haven't just by saying I haven't watched a lot of films doesn't mean that my view on films is bad or wrong.
No, but it means you might not have fully discovered what your view on films is.
Maybe I know exactly what I like to watch.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, without trying out other films, how can you be certain?
Well, because I know I enjoy it.
You know you enjoy one thing. What if there was just like one food?
Yeah.
Say you really love apples, right? And so you refuse to eat all other films other than apples because you know you like apples.
No, I don't. I'm not refusing to
fine.
watch other films, but the point in that analogy would be
you certainly
I
were
like apples, and I don't really want to eat other foods. I don't mind trying other foods, but at the end of the day, I'll still keep going back to apples because I know I like them.
But the point is, if you don't try other foods, there might be other foods out there that you like even more that you haven't discovered yet.
Yeah, I'm not a gambling man like that, Simon.
It's not a gamble.
It is.
There's nothing to lose from watching other films.
Like 2-3 hours of your life.
I wouldn't say 3 hours. There's a few films that are 3 hours long.
From Goodfellas.
Yeah, I said few.
You made me watch a 3-hour one the other week.
Oh, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's time. When I'm watching a film, I could either watch something new that I'm possibly not going to enjoy for 2 hours, or I could watch Monsters University and definitely enjoy it for 2 hours.
But what if the gamble pays off?
That's the whole point of it.
What if you find something you enjoy even more, and then you don't have to watch the same handful of movies over and over again?
Yeah, but by that logic, then when you're betting money, then why don't you just keep betting more money? Because what if it pays off? Why don't you just keep buying lottery tickets? Because what if it pays off? And I think my fish has just died.
What?
My fish just sank to the top of the...
Oh dear.
You know what I think we should do? I think you should get up a random number generator between 1 and 100, whatever it lands on, IMDb's top 100 movies. We watch that.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to give you a movie that, you know how I thought, I think I've figured out the sort of films you like. I was going to give you a selection from a list of these.
We can...
But no, let's go with that.
You could have told me.
Well, no, you suggested it before I had the chance.
Before we record.
Nah. Who would do that? Sorry. I roll a number, you roll a different number, and we'll pick from the 2 movies that come up.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, stop. I got 8.
78.
Oh.
78 versus 8. Okay. I've seen what yours is, and we'll see what mine is. Funnily enough, these are both on the list of films I've shortlisted for the show, and we've not watched either of them.
What's 78?
Number 78 is Braveheart.
Okay. Well, I know we can't watch that.
Why not?
Because we have plans to watch Braveheart in the future.
Oh, we do have plans to watch Braveheart in the future.
So we're going to have to watch whatever's number 8.
So we're going to have to watch Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
I'm fine with this, because I'll be honest, I've never seen this film.
We'll be back in Durham, so we'll be watching it together.
Yeah.
I've seen it before. I didn't really follow it that well, but...
This is another Quentin Tarantino movie. We watched Kill Bill before.
Pulp Fiction was the first Tarantino film I watched.
You've already watched it?
But I didn't follow it that well. Well, it's got Bruce Willis in. I've obviously watched it.
Of course.
But now I've watched a few more Tarantino
So you're willing to venture out into movies as long as it's got an actor you know in it?
Yeah. That's why I watch Over the Hedge. It's got Bruce Willis in.
Okay. But the actor doesn't make the film. I would understand more if it's like by a director who has like creative control over the film. There could be a good actor in a bad movie.
Yeah.
So you could just go out of your way to watch a bad movie that has Bruce Willis in it.
Yeah, like Die Hard 5.
Yeah, why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know.
You don't know. There is no rhyme or reason to your film choices other than you see it has actor in that you like, so you watch.
No rhyme or reason?
Yes.
That's not a phrase.
That is a phrase. Unlike, what was your phrase from the other episode?
What?
Whoop whoop chicken soup. That is not a phrase.
That's
No
definitely
rhyme or reason. If something happens or is done without rhyme or reason, there seems to be no logical reason for it to happen or be done.
Okay.
Now, should we check if whoop whoop chicken soup is in the
Whoop
dictionary?
whoop chicken soup.
All that comes up is a TripAdvisor review for some hotel where the review is whoop whoop chicken soup, great hotel.
Well, this is one of the first YouTube videos that comes up.
Yo, Cola, you want a snog?
Sure thing, let's say goodbye then.
Bye, honey bunny, let's go for a good snog.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. That's what you get for whoop whoop chicken soup.
Yeah.
Next week,
Can
Pulp
I go
Fiction.
to bed now?
Yes,
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
It's 4 p.m.
Isn't Pulp
Alex.
Fiction another... I've been on night shift. Isn't Pulp Fiction another, 3-hour long film?
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But, that's the number you rolled. Right, anyway.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. We'll see you then.